July the 20th, 2023. A day like any other, or at least that's what everyone thought. Who could have guessed that by the end of this day, the whole world would be burning? And no, I'm not talking about wildfires or something in that direction. It's way worse. A new r/place has just started. Helpless, we had to just stand there and watch, getting dragged into a war we never wanted. Okay, maybe at least not for the past 78 years. But when we were almost ready to give up and started raising our French flags, we remembered that we are Germany and thus started our all-out war on r/place, fighting alongside and against other countries, streamers and bots. And unlike the last two big wars in that we partook, we actually managed to come out on top this time. However, to understand what had happened here, we actually need to go back 6 years, when Reddit launched its first r/place on April 1st, 2017. Each Reddit user gained the ability to place a colored pixel every 5 minutes on a 1000 by 1000 canvas, resulting in a giant artwork. And since art in Germany is always a good combination, the first German flag has been established shortly after the experiment started, causing the fourth invasion of France and eventually forming the European Union. And what seemed to be just another Reddit April Fools event turned out to be far more successful than anybody could have ever imagined. But this was just the first step to the rise of the German Empire. After the r/place event ended, Redditors from around the globe demanded the return of plays for what seemed like an eternity. 5 long years passed until finally, on April 1st, 2022, the second r/place had its launch, basically the same as in 2017, but this time the canvas expanded and we got more colors on the color palette, which is great, I guess. However, obviously Germany began conquering its Lebensraum again, but this time it wasn't just the flag that was painted. The German flag basically turned into a whole museum of things that Germany is known for. The Autobahn signs, the Brandenburg Gate, and obviously the famous phrase, "Sprich Deutsch, du Hurensohn," which translates to "Speak German, you son of a bitch." Some of you may have seen that in various English subreddits. Apart from that, a Discord server got created which operated, typically German, by a strict and effective scheme to extend, protect and improve the German territory, but I'll get to that later on. By now it should be quite clear that r/place wasn't just all fun and games anymore. For us Germans, place became our meaning in life. While in real life you can barely see any signs of patriotism like our flag, place united all of us and led to the biggest wave of patriotism in Germany since 1933. However, everything great will eventually come to an end. After 3.5 days, r/place 2022 was over, forcing the German Reddit army to do such disgusting things as going out or talking to their family again. Luckily, the horror came to an end on said July 20th of this year, when u/Spaz, the CEO of Reddit, alias u/Spaz, the direct male descendants from a female professional of the red light business, started a new r/place to cover up his most recent mistakes. And yeah, I'm not going to go into what he did, because 1, I don't really care, and 2, I actually don't really know. The only important thing is that because of that, he launched the third place event, giving Germany a chance to once again prove itself. And believe me when I say, that's exactly what we did. But let's start at the beginning. Remember the Discord server? Yeah, that's still there, having tens of thousands of people just waiting to be released on the canvas. And you can be sure that we've got another scheme, now updated with an even better strategy to be able to pull this r/place event off. Just a quick explanation, the most important and biggest team are the builders and the Nightwatch, who form the German Defense Force. Besides that, you got designers, admins, mods, sheriffs, a whole idea voting system on the Discord, and also, very importantly, the negotiators who try to form potential alliances. Additionally, there's a huge support from the r/place.de subreddit, having around 181,000 members, and streamers like Papa Platte, Stegi, and many more that will be supporting the German fight for glory and honor during the event. Let's jump right into the action. Since it is only day 1, it may take a while for us to never mind, we already got our flag, or 2. So the only logical next thing to do was to decorate it, just like in 2022. Quite a few TV Kids Show characters, Currywurst, a Leibniz Butterkeks, nur echt mit 52 Zähnen, the infamous Autobahn End of all speed and passing limits sign, the first article of the German Grundgesetz, aka human dignity shall be inviolable. Matching to that, the U-Spec is ein Hurensohn, a few pixels to the left. And finally, also very important, the tilted window. Because apparently, this is a more or less German exclusive feature. No, you're not gonna get crushed by the window. And yes, I'm using an Android to film this, so feel free to subscribe so I can afford an iPhone. But I gotta admit, not all actions were so peaceful. In a matter of minutes, led by the German streamer Papa Platte, not the German Discord server, just to clarify, after India already lost some territory to the Döner or Boner kebab, the most famous German street food, they literally got whited out completely just to turn into the Togo logo, which is a German TV kids channel. Something similar happened to Turkey, even though their flag turned into the German train logo. I guess at the end of the day, Germans are still Germans and will eventually have to invade something. However, after the Canvas first expansion on day 2, Germany again strengthened its position by conquering the new territory, creating even more space for even more memes and a long train, even though I'm not sure if you should take that. Oh, and we also pulled an Uno reverse card on the United States, invading them for, totally non-profitable and non-oil related reasons. Shout out to my man G.W. Bush. But rather for their own safety. Sadly, this Samaritan act didn't last for all too long. Shortly after, day number 3 came around with another Canvas expansion, and I guess there's no need to tell you what happened. Obviously, the number of memes on our flag once again rose. This includes the most iconic and stylish German outfit, aka white socks and sandals, the German TV news logo, those leaf-shaped bowls that exactly every household in Germany owns. Yeah, once again, I'm no exception. Also, take a look at this strip. Sheesh! And the Dutch-German love story began. Also, since Germans are known for their generosity, we decided to send a German Leopard tank to Ukraine and additionally help France reducing their territory once more, wiping the left flag out completely, instead creating multiple new German flags on top supported by and under the lead of a few streamers. Definitely a win if you ask me. Now I'm not gonna lie, the whole situation became very confusing at this point. It's basically impossible to cover everything that will be happening for the following days because of the sheer size of the canvas. I mean, look at it, it's humongous. But let me tell you about a few key aspects. The canvas expanded a lot, 4 more times actually, and Germany kept conquering various spots, making it harder and harder to defend its pixels, which, to my surprise, still worked really well. I guess the Nightwatch just made a really good job for almost every night. And yes, it's still unknown what happened in Night 4, but I guess sometimes it's just safer for you to not know everything. By now the German flag included a ton of logos from brands and supermarkets, memes, and in general funny little pixel arts. But it's not just our own flag. Brazil got 7-1 once again. Mario Götze won the World Finals against Argentina once again. And the Charizard from XQC first turned into a Glurak, then went on to be very sus and even got addicted to a certain green plant which might or might not be legalized in Germany very soon. Oh yeah, and Argentina had to leave the canvas to make some room for Shrek and Donkey relaxing on a beach, drinking some typical German Dosenbier while wearing Portuguese swim shorts. I guess that's Darwinism. Let me also get back to the Dutch-German alliance for a second. There are so many great artworks that got created between those two, all building up to the love story between Frau Antje, a Dutch cheese and butter mascot, and a German boy right at the end of day 6. However, where there's love, there's also war. Even though they technically operated on their own, streamers often cooperated with, or at least had a huge impact on the German plays community. Once again, it would be very time consuming to tell the whole lore, therefore I will just try to cover a few main events. In the beginning there were Papa Platte, XQC, Miskiff, and Tilo aka Rubius. All of them used their communities for creating as well as destroying a lot of artworks, like for example the whole Togo, Döner Kebab and Deutsche Bahn thing, while simultaneously breaking viewer records. Papa Platte and Rubius already had some battles against one another because Rubius created a void, got betrayed by Papa Platte. Still in the end they formed an alliance. Something similar happened with XQC, who tried to destroy our ally Austria, but with the help of Papa Platte the attack got successfully repelled. Afterwards, he attacked once again, this time Papa Platte's dragon directly, but once again failed miserably, and after the battle ended, XQC, Papa Platte and Miskiff also formed an alliance. I guess you could say the Holy Quadrinity has been reincarnated. While still creating lots of artworks like Perry the Platypus or Ashigo from Kim Possible with a great personality, so great for a matter of fact that it had to be censored from time to time, they also used their united forces as well as Stegis and Jules for various good deeds like turning Turkey's flag into bikini bottom at a fast food menu. This alliance had its peak when a few minutes before the event ended, all colors got removed from the palette and only the grey and white shades stayed. That's when they all decided writing a huge spec might be the best way to end such a massive event. Controlling tens of thousands of people, they managed to actually realize their master plan. Once again making a huge statement, which even got uploaded on the main Reddit YouTube channel in the final place video. Yeah, someone's getting fired for this. But hey, I guess at the end you could say, for a moment, they achieved world peace by pointing all their concentrated hate against one single person. What a beautiful message. Alright, that's just a brief look into the German perspective of the whole Place spectacle, an event that once again moved the internet. I hope I was able to do my part by placing one or another pixel and by making this video. Anyways, I really hope you enjoyed it. Since I probably missed quite a few cool things, feel free to tell me your favorite r/Place 2023 moments in the comments down below. I'm really looking forward to reading them. Until then, take care, in a bit.